On today's episode, we'll be going over the results of the Critics' Choice Awards, 2 new Mission Impossible movies have been announced, and the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer has been released. Let's get started.
This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Off the Break Podcast. I am hosting today, me, Kyle, yours truly. And of course, I am joined by my good friend, Erik. What is going on?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just grinding through award season.
Yeah, grinding through award season.
One ceremony after another, and it's, kind of the same.
It's starting to take a toll on me, too, mentally.
Come on, let's just get it over with, watch the Oscars so we can move on.
Aren't the Oscars supposed to be coming out with their nominations Tuesday?
The 22nd,
next Tuesday?
Yeah, a week from today.
Oof. Okay, so at least we have that to look forward to. And
about time.
And we do have to get over the hump about the Critics' Choice Awards before we get into Oscar nominations. So do you want to start off with that?
Let's just breeze right through them. It's not really anything too different from the other ceremonies. I guess just start from the top, maybe, and go down.
Start with the big one, the Best Picture, who was won by Roma, Alfonso Cuarón's Netflix movie.
Yep, it's that critical darling. It's sweeping awards left and right. I guess I'm not really that surprised. Unlike the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice is a lot more kind of, what's the word?
Critic-y.
Yeah, maybe, It's not surprising that Roma won here, and it gives me a lot more. It makes me a lot more certain that it could very, very likely win the Oscar.
Yeah, I think it's becoming more likely. I don't think people here are starting to be afraid that, it's a Netflix movie. That means we have to not nominate. I think it's kind of becoming a proven guarantee that even Netflix movies deserve kind of their fair share. And I feel like this is.
And I mean,
going to be changing.
The studio can't, not the studio, the industry, the Academy, the more maybe classical, films are meant to be playing in cinemas.
Yeah.
Again, an understandable viewpoint, but when you have a film as renowned and revered as Roma, something that is undeniably a work of art.
Yeah.
They can't really use the whole but it's Netflix as an argument.
It'd be very hard to do. And I thought that there's been very good chances of Netflix movies being nominated even before Roma, so to finally have this happening, I think that's it's good for the Netflix studio as well, but it's also kind of the next step into how the industry is changing.
Yeah,
for better or for worse.
And I'm sure because Netflix they're going all in on Roma and especially Alfonso himself. And, you can tell that they really want to win this.
Yeah.
Because they know that if they do, they can finally be like, okay, boom, see, we told you. We're real.
Yeah, we're real.
We make real movies. Yeah, we have a lot of bad original stuff too, but that doesn't mean we can't come up with a few gems.
Yeah, that doesn't mean we can't get these talented masters of the craft to be able to come up with something great.
And I just wonder, if Roma wins, I can't help but think that, going down the line in the next, even this year, Netflix is kind of going to double down on their award season prestige pictures.
Oh, probably.
They're going to be.
Aren't they the ones coming out with The Irishman with?
Yep.
That with Martin Scorsese directing, and then they have
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and I think Joe Pesci is in it again.
I think he is. I think he's just coming back to act.
The seminal gangster movie lineup. They have that. That's definitely, just based on the talent involved.
Yeah, exactly. You have to think that
it's a heavy hitter,
be a contender again.
So I think this is kind of like a watershed moment. Roma's already doing really well. It's done well enough already that Netflix is not going to abandon this strategy.
Oh yeah, they have no need to. It's working. And it's clearly also working because it also won for Best Foreign Language Film. Yeah. Which that wasn't too surprising. I think that was the leader to begin with in that category.
Yeah, there is very little chance it didn't win that.
Yeah. So I think now it's going to be one of the big leaders in the Best Picture nominations for the Oscars.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, first I thought it was going to be Stars Born, then The Favorite. And
Has Stars Born won any Best Picture award at
I
any
feel
of
like it
these
hasn't.
award
It hasn't
shows?
been winning much lately.
I don't think it has either. I mean, yeah, Best Original Song, but
Which won here for the Critics' Choice as well.
yeah. I mean, I guess this is a good segue into the next award, though. For Best Actress, Lady Gaga tied with,
So
with
she
Glenn.
technically won,
Yeah.
but they had to share the award, I guess. Yeah, Lady Gaga won for A Star Is Born, while Glenn Close won for The Wife, and I think that really means that Glenn Close could be now a leader in the Best Actress category.
Yeah, this pretty much cements it. I think it's Glenn Close's award. It's her award to lose, pretty much.
I didn't even think about it going into this year that based on her resume and all of the great work that she's done in the past, that this could be one of those years where the Academy decides to give the veteran actress to give her that award just based on her career. And I'm sure the performance is fantastic. It's still one of those movies I have yet to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be coming here soon.
On what I've seen.
It's gonna finally be coming here for like one night only. I'm gonna try and check it out.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising. I think it's going to be going to a lot of other theaters,
especially now
around
that
the
it's
US.
winning Best Actress awards. It's,
Yeah,
kind of hopefully give it kind of a resurgence.
I still think though that Olivia Colman, we still got to watch out for her.
Yeah, I know.
She is going to be right behind Gaga and Close.
Yeah, my mind is still in that Golden Globe separating them by drama and comedy mindset. Yeah, because I think Critics' Choice does that too, though, didn't they?
Yeah, which could lead us into the next category, which is Best Actress in a Comedy, which went to Olivia Colman.
Yeah,
so good thing I brought that up.
So this is like the Golden Globes where they separate it. If they don't separate it, I mean, the Oscars obviously don't.
Mm-hmm.
That will be interesting to see Olivia Colman pitted against Glenn Close, Lady Gaga. Because, I mean, there's no way Olivia Colman doesn't get nominated.
I think at this point she is a lock for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we've known that for a while too.
So that will be interesting to see. Because, yeah, I was not expecting Glenn Close to be kind of sweeping the awards.
Well, on the other side of that, we have Christian Bale in Vice winning for Best Actor and Best Actor in a Comedy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of redundant to have him winning for both.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I was like, I imagine if I was that person, like having to go up there and like give two speeches,
Yeah,
like,
you just go up and you're like, well,
thanks again.
Yeah.
What I said last time.
Ditto.
Bye.
I mean, I think it was for the Globes. Alfonso Cuarón walked up and he was holding like for a second time or third time or whatever it was, and he was holding like multiple awards, and he's just like, okay, then I guess the same thing I said. I don't know if I need to add anymore. So it's always funny whenever people win for multiples because they're unsure if they're even going to win for multiples, so they don't quite come
just like,
prepared.
oh please, I don't want to look like a,
just like
self-entitled,
yeah, self-entitled ditz going up. So Best Supporting Actor went to Mahershala Ali for Green Book, and Best Supporting Actress went to Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, and that's about similar to what happened with the Globes. So I feel like there could be a real shot for both of these two to be the winners.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 95%. Regina King gets it. Mahershala Ali probably will now that he's been winning all these, but I don't know. Yeah, he'll probably get it. I really thought Richard E. Grant was going to win more.
I
than
kept
he
thinking
has
that he was
been.
going to be the front runner just from all the buzz I've been hearing, but I mean, Green Book has been able to get past many different kinds of controversy. So it's great to see that Ali is still getting those wins despite all that. Yeah, it's just weird that it's been able to keep getting projected and keep getting nominated. So good for it. Regina King is also awesome to see just because there's a lot of competition in that category for like one movie, and that one movie being The Favorite. Yeah. Because, both those two actresses are going to get nominated as well. But the fact that she keeps winning over those two.
Yeah. And I mean, going back to like kind of what we talked about an episode or two ago, part of me does wonder if it's like, they're both so good. How do I pick one? Oh, let's go with Regina.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily the case, but, who knows if that plays a small part in it. Again, I still haven't been able to see Beale Street.
Yeah, myself
really,
as well.
really wanted to come here so I can finally see it.
Yeah, it'll come here soon. We have to pray. We have to pray that it's gonna happen.
But yeah, no, I'm happy for her, and I'm really excited to see her performance.
Yeah, and speaking of The Favorite, that won for Best Acting Ensemble. Personally, like I am not sure about that, just because like yes, the supporting actresses and the lead actress did a great job, but other than that though, it wasn't really much of an ensemble piece to me. I feel like
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you think of
others.
ensemble, you think of more than 3 people.
Yeah.
3 is kind of it's kind of like your average amount of
Yeah.
characters for a movie. So yeah, no, I can see that. When I think ensemble, I'm thinking, 5, 6, 7
Exactly.
people.
Yeah. I mean, just as an example, like if Beale Street Could Talk could be classified as that, just because there's so many talented people going into that are
Yeah.
part of the supporting cast, and that really racks up to that 6,
Well,
7, 8 number.
who were the other nominees for?
That I don't know. I do not have that in front of me.
Because if I could see the other nominees, it's like I don't know the favorite. Yeah, it has a couple of those supporting characters like Nicholas Holtz's character, and I mean a couple other people.
Yeah, I mean, I
But it
can
was
only think of
definitely
Nicholas
those
Holt,
three
but
movies.
even still, he was fine. Like I wasn't really blown away by that one, but that one
Yeah, I
performance
mean, he was-
necessarily.
yeah, he
Here we
was-
go. In this category, it was Black Panther, Crazy Rich Asians, The Favorite, Vice, and Widows. I mean,
Okay, I mean the Widows has more characters than
Yeah, exactly.
the favorite. That's kind of more what I think of when I think of ensemble.
Vice could
Vice.
probably be an argument for that.
Yeah.
Black Panther also has a really great cast, like a couple of unknowns for some people, but even still, like they
Yeah.
really play a part into what makes that movie great.
I guess I don't know. I don't know the criteria for what constitutes an ensemble.
I mean,
versus
neither do
what
I.
doesn't.
That's just
Maybe there isn't anything. Maybe that's just. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those awards. It's like I don't know what it means, but okay.
yeah. We'll just roll with it. That was just a thing that I wanted to talk about some. But one thing that I was really excited for was Best Young Actor and Actress went to Elsie Fisher
Oh,
for
yeah.
8th Grade, and I
Yep.
know that category was pretty stacked as well. Like there was a lot of great child actors and actresses
Oh, for sure.
going into that one.
Oh, I was happy to see her come out on top.
Yeah, she just makes that movie terrific. Best Director also went to Alfonso Cuarón for Roma.
Yep.
And we've talked about that so much, like that's not a huge surprise.
No, I think he's gonna probably win the Oscar again. 2 times, well, not in a row, but last
his
time his
career.
last movie he won Best Director with Gravity, and he'll probably win it again this time.
Yeah. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse won for animated feature. People need to go
Yep.
see this still.
Yep.
That's
I think
all we have.
people are. It's another one of those things that's just kind of undeniable. Like if you actually see it,
Yeah.
it's just in a league of its own compared to the other movies that are frequently in the nominee slots.
Yeah, and we have a full podcast episode, a few notches down, that is nothing but talk about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, so check that out as well. Nothing but great things to say about it. And then I like all this stuff that they added. Best Action Movie went to
Yeah.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
I mean, how could it not?
It's some of the great stunt work, and we're going to talk about Mission Impossible later, so that'll be fun down the road here. But anyway, Best Comedy went to Crazy Rich Asians. I still have not seen that one, but I keep
Yeah, me
hearing
either.
such great things, and that it is
I
one of
guess
the
I'm
best
confused
comedies.
because it won Best Comedy, but it didn't win Best Acting Ensemble or Best Actress in a comedy.
Yeah, I don't.
See,
I
those are the
don't-
things that just don't line up to me.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
what?
I don't know how that stuff
How are you
works.
doing this?
Best sci-fi horror film went to A Quiet Place.
I was happy about that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I was happy for that, or Hereditary. I forget
Yeah.
if it was nominated.
I mean,
I'm sure it
Hereditary,
was.
I personally liked more, but I like that a movie as mainstream but as well done as A Quiet Place can get some industry love.
Yeah, definitely. Best original screenplay went to First Reformed, and you've saying your praises about it.
Yeah,
here,
no, I'm just
like-
happy to see it. It's a very well done
Yeah.
screenplay.
Okay. Best adapted screenplay went to If Beale Street Could Talk. We've been hearing lots of great stuff about that script. Still have to see it,
Yep.
and we're gonna try to so bad before it comes Oscar time. Best cinematography went to Roma. That I agree with.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's just
Done by
beautiful to
Alfonso
watch.
himself. That's probably why he had so many awards when he went up.
Yeah,
winning
true.
Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best.
Won like the majority of them.
Yeah.
It feels like. Best production design went to Black Panther. That one doesn't surprise me as well. Costumes, the environment.
Yeah, they brought the whole. I mean, everybody who saw it, you feel like you're immersed in Wakanda. It's like,
Yeah.
It's
And that's and it also is part
Definitely
of what makes
deserves
the
it.
movie so great. Best editing went to First Man. That one
I was happy about
understand.
that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I was really happy because that was one of the standout among the many things that I love in the movie.
Right.
That was one of the standouts to me too.
Costume design, speaking of which, goes to Black Panther.
Yep.
Which again, we've talked about
That
everything about it.
Afrofuturism, people love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Best hair and makeup goes to Vice. That's not too surprising. Visual effects also went to Black Panther. And then best song goes to Shallow from A Star Is Born. And best score goes to Justin Hurwitz for First Man.
That's my boy. No, I mean, probably a few more winners here that I personally agree with than some of the other ceremonies, you know, like First Reformed and First Man and things like that. But yeah, like we've been saying with all of these award ceremonies, it's kind of the likely outcome of the Oscars is becoming clearer and clearer.
Yeah.
So I think we still just have like the Producers Guild, I think.
Are they announcing their winners before the Oscars?
Yeah. The Oscars are the last ones
Right.
to announce anything.
Okay.
So I don't know. There's so many. Like I can't keep up if they have announced their nominations or if they've actually announced the winners. I don't know. But
I mean, we've been following so much of it.
just
so
all
much
blends
that-
together.
Yeah, it really does. So yeah, we were talking so much about Mission Impossible because it won Best Action Movie like at the Critics' Choice Awards. We've been hearing so much about Christopher McQuarrie and like what he's gonna do after Fallout. But now it sounds like he's not going to do anything new quite yet. It sounds like he's signed on for 2 more Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, he's going to film them back to back. That's crazy. Because, you know, I remember after Fallout came out, people are like, so what are you going to do? Are you going to tackle James Bond? Are you going to do
A DC movie.
DC movie? He's like, I just need a break. Like, that movie took so much out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. He's like, yeah, I guess I don't need that long of a break. And he's coming back for 2 more. I'm excited, of course.
Yeah, totally.
He's probably the best director that series has had yet.
Yeah, I mean, him and Brad Bird are definitely
Yeah.
the top 2.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just we don't have a whole lot to go on other than that they're planned to release the summers of 2021 and 2022, I believe, which is a weird year to say out loud now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's
It
just
doesn't really
like,
roll
it's
off the tongue.
that much into the future, huh? All right,
The
not
new-
weird at all.
The new Roaring 20s. But yeah, I mean, of course, the first thing I thought of and that a lot of people are thinking of are, first of all, how / are they even going to try to top Fallout, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because all of the Mission Impossible so far, in addition to just getting better, except for Mission Impossible 2,
we don't talk about Mission Impossible.
they've
2.
just gotten bigger and more like, you know, almost physics defying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're not.
The stunts get bigger.
They're real,
like,
but it's just increasingly more difficult to believe. Like, oh my God, how are you doing this?
they have to do something on a rocket
And-
ship.
Yeah, I mean, they were like jokes and memes when Fallout came out. You know, in addition to like Tom Cruise is going to sacrifice his life for the series.
Oh, for sure.
People are like, the only thing that's left is if, you know, Ethan Hunt like goes to the moon somehow.
Yeah. Like he
And-
skydives from the moon
But like
all
we
the
were
way to Earth.
like we were talking about in the office earlier, part of me, I don't think it would be that bad of an idea for them to kind of strip it down, kind of dial it back, at least for like Mission Impossible 7, you know?
Yeah.
Just kind of, because Fallout was just, every single one of those set pieces could have been the big thing in any other movie, but Fallout's like, no, we're just going to do all of them. So
Yeah.
Fallout was just such a spectacle. I don't know how they could possibly top it, and I don't want them, not that they would, but you know, I don't want them to be thinking like, oh man, we got to top this. We got to go bigger. Bigger is better. We got to continue to outdo ourselves and sacrifice the, you know, just a good story and characters in the process. So again, pure speculation time, but it gives you a lot to think about because I was not expecting to read that this morning.
I wasn't too shocked that he was going to be re-signed, but I was just shocked by the fact that he's going to be doing 2 of them back to back, like at this, pretty much
Just
filming them
sounds
at
like
the same time.
Worst possible film shoot. I'm not worst, but just
Like
exhausting.
stressful, exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean, they did that for Avengers, and that would be super exhausting. And this isn't like to the level of Avengers, but I mean the fact that you have to do all that stunt work, not just for one movie.
Well, yeah, I
but
mean,
for
Avengers
two.
probably uses a lot more like green screen and wires.
Yeah,
Tom
like,
Cruise
at
is like,
least-
yeah, I don't do that.
It's just like the personalities that you have to make sure to fit all in with Avengers. But here, like, not only do you have to worry about the stories for two of them at the same time, but you also have to worry about the stunt work for two of them at the same time and not just for one. So I hope that he's not too burnt on this because I really want these two to be great.
Yeah.
And I also wonder, speaking of story, is if it's going to be like a part 1, part 2 type thing.
Yeah, no, I remember you brought that up earlier. I thought that was interesting. I didn't really think about that.
Because I wonder why, other than it being cheaper just to shoot them back to back, but why make them at the same time other than it just be one long story?
Well, yeah, none of the
in
other
two
Mission
parts?
Impossibles have come out even close to that
No, they only
close together.
Yeah, they film in between 3 to 4 years probably.
Yeah, the first one was like, well, the first one and the second one were probably the closest together. I think the first one was like, I don't know, it's somewhere in the late 90s. It could have been like anywhere from 96 to 98, 99 maybe. Yeah, and the second one I think was like 2001 or 2002.
That sounds about right.
I know the third one was 2005. 2006?
2006. Yeah,
2006.
So
And
first
then,
Mission Impossible was in 96. Second one was in 2000. Third one had like the biggest gap probably with Mission Impossible 3 in 2006. Mission Impossible 4 in 2011. Well, that's probably also just as long. Mission Impossible, I don't know where I'm at now, 5.
Rogue Nation was when?
2015. And
Yeah,
now
so you're looking at an
we're
average of like
2018.
4 or 5 years in between.
Okay, yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're going to have one literally right after the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, part of me thought we were kind of done with the whole part 1, part 2 thing, but maybe not.
Or it could just be going, again, the Avengers route where it's like, yeah, it's one long story, but it's not necessarily like part 1, part 2.
Yeah, they just don't want to call it that.
Yeah.
It'll just be like a crazy cliffhanger, like Ethan, like his space helmet cracks and he's like gasping for air, floating
'Cause
through
it's gonna be in
space.
space.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. And he's just clawing at his throat, drifting alone through space, and then it just ends.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering, if maybe it's going to be a 2-parter. That wouldn't be too surprising as well.
That'd be crazy. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm excited. It's still a ways out, but
Yeah, but at least we know that we have Christopher McQuarrie, and in this franchise, he has a great relationship with Tom Cruise, and they're going to be coming out with some crazy stuff in this franchise.
got 2 awesome new action films to look forward to in the next decade.
Yeah, really though. Yeah, it's that. So that was some pretty exciting news. But on top of that, something else that was pretty exciting and a little bit surprising too. I wasn't prepared to see this, but
No.
the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, or its teaser trailer, I guess.
Official teaser trailer.
I don't know. It always is exhausting to figure
Official
it out.
theatrical teaser international trailer.
There we go. So you guys can see the trailer on our site at silverscreeninsider.com. Just search for Spider-Man. Trust me, you'll find it in like a second. And on top of that, we also have an official synopsis for it, which as follows: Peter Parker returns in Spider-Man Far From Home, the next chapter of the Spider-Man Homecoming series. Our friendly neighborhood superhero decides to join his best friends Ned, MJ, and the rest of the gang on a European vacation. However, Peter's plan to leave superheroics behind for a few weeks are quickly scrapped when he begrudgingly agrees to help Nick Fury uncover the mystery of several elemental creatures' attacks, creating havoc across the continent. Which is exactly what we saw in the trailer, pretty much.
Yeah. First thing I'm gonna say, I really am getting worried that just in terms of like the general population, people are gonna be just like over Spider-Man. You know?
You don't think Homecoming helped switch that?
No, I mean not in terms of like quality, but you know, a lot of people like they'll feel like they just can't get away from Spider-Man because you know you had Homecoming and then Infinity War and then he died and there are all of these memes about like Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Right.
And then there was Spider-Verse, which is, you know, getting a big surge right now because of its awards.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have this trailer. I'm not sure how well the general population can differentiate between the different Spider-Man series, you know? Like,
yeah, I guess I can.
I mean, I'm a lifelong diehard Spider-Man fan. Of course I love this trailer.
Yeah.
It's Spider-Man. But, you know, especially now that it's award season, it's like the peak of award season. People are going to be hearing buzz about Into the Spider-Verse winning all of these movies. Then they see another Spider-Man movie trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people were already confused when the Spider-Verse came out. They're like, wait, what? This is a different Spider-Man? I thought this was like a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just don't want Marvel to just kind of oversaturate Spider-Man again, because that's kind of what happened when the first 2 attempts died off.
Right, especially between Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man, there was that.
That's mainly what I
fatigue,
yeah.
And then there was that worry going from Amazing Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, but I mean the difference here is that they've been consistently good. Well, Spider-Man was one of the highlights in Civil War when we first were introduced to him. I thought Homecoming was a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man was one of my favorite parts of Infinity War.
For sure.
We all know how incredible Into the Spider-Verse is.
Which I feel like could help.
See, that's... I'm hoping that people see that and they'll be like, whoa, Spider-Man's actually like really cool.
Let's watch more of him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Far From Home Spider-Man
Because I like this trailer a lot. There's a lot in there
too.
that I liked. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm just hesitant that regardless of the quality of the films, there might just be too much Spider-Man for the general public to put up with.
Honestly, I didn't even think of that until you mentioned it, and now I'm getting worried. So thank you.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, oh my god, not another Spider-Man.
Well,
it's no, it's probably gonna be good.
I mean, there was an argument to be made that could happen because we saw that with Star Wars, especially,
and it did happen.
Well, yeah, it did happen with Star Wars between the short amount of time of Last Jedi and Solo, a Star Wars story that. Mm-hmm. I feel like the one difference, though, is that Spider-Verse was really, really well received, and that'll help it more.
Yeah, no, I think so. I just wanted to say that because this is one thing I thought about. But onto the trailer itself. Yeah,
let's digest it. Let's talk about it. Let's go all out.
I thought the trailer was great. There obviously seems to be a little bit like of a time jump between Homecoming and this one.
For sure.
Because, Spider-Man kind of died in between.
Did he? I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, wait, no.
Did that happen? I must have left the theater for that part.
I just love how Marvel, they just know, they're like, yeah, there's no way we can not advertise our upcoming movies.
Yeah.
But also there's no way we can advertise them without completely kind of spoiling parts of Endgame.
It doesn't feel like they did though.
No, because nobody thought Spider-Man was dead.
Oh, I mean,
nobody thought he wasn't coming back.
And if Marvel even did that, that's a ballsy move to do, especially when you just got Spider-Man back 2-3 years ago.
So yeah, that's funny and all, but the trailer itself, I keep getting distracted. The trailer itself,
trying to get you focused.
It was very good. I love the heroic take on that classic Spider-Man theme song that plays throughout it.
Oh, so good.
I loved, I just loved seeing Tom Holland back as Peter Parker.
So good.
All of the supporting cast. I don't think I saw any Martin Starr though, and that made me sad. He's like
I hope that he leads them.
Oh, he needs to come back.
I hope he leads them on their next
field
trip.
One of the funniest parts of Homecoming.
Yeah, such small moments, but he's so funny. Yeah. So I hope for that too.
Yeah, I mean it looks like in the synopsis, a lot of it takes place in different places around Europe. Mm-hmm. I think I saw them in Venice, riding on the gondolas.
I think they're in London as well.
Yeah, I mean the poster for the movie has all these tourist stickers.
True, like all the stickers of like where
Spider-Man's
he's at, which
mask.
I think is very clever, by the way. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed that.
The biggest takeaway I had was because going in, we kind of knew that Mysterio was supposed to be the main bad guy. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is he?
Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, who looks fantastic for like
so
the
good.
10 seconds he's in the trailer.
It's better than what I thought it would be.
He looks so good.
It's better than what I thought it could be. It's amazing.
Now that hearing you read the synopsis, which I actually hadn't read before, about these elemental things,
Oh, it just dropped with the trailer.
Because the very beginning of the trailer looked like a giant Sandman, but then later in the trailer you see what I assumed was like Hydro Man.
I know.
So are they just like... I mean, are they actually supposed to be Sandman and Hydro Man, or are they just supposed to be kind of these elemental whatever?
See, I was wondering that too because I saw like a bit of the sand, but I didn't think of Sandman, and then I saw like some fire, and I didn't really think of like the Molten Man, who's another deep dive Spider-Man villain. But I noticed especially Hydro Man, and I was like, whoa, are they fitting in Hydro Man too? That's a crazy decision to do.
Yeah, and see the takeaway I got from that initially, I was like, like it seems like superhero movies never learn from this. Like the sequel, they always try to just cram in even more villains,
more, yep.
more and more villains, and naturally they're going to get shortchanged, and it kind of becomes cluttered, and you know, part of me also, because I love Spider-Man so much, and I know all of these things about his villains, I don't want to see, even if they are as minor as Hydro Man, I don't want to see him. I don't want to like get excited like, whoa, I never thought I'd see him on screen, and then have him just immediately dispatched, like Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Rhinoed.
Yeah.
From Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, see, all of the Spider-Mans have done this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and now maybe this one.
Well, I got a theory for you on that. What if, because Mysterio, he's an illusionist pretty much. Like, he pretends that he has magic, but really it's technology that helps him come up with these crazy illusions that make him look more powerful than he actually is. I'm wondering if these aren't necessarily villains. I'm wondering if he creates quote-unquote Hydro Man, Sandman, Molten Man.
Oh, so he can... Because, yeah, I guess in the trailer, he's kind of like...
Because in the trailer, they make him out to be like a sudden hero.
Yeah, like Europe's superhero. One of Europe's superheroes. That's a good point. So maybe he's like... Because in all the other media...
They look generic as heck.
Yeah, in all the other media that we've seen Mysterio, and he's kind of a phony. You know, he's kind of just a dorky...
That's what he is.
He's like a geeky, jealous, insecure guy who's very smart.
Yeah.
Puts on these elaborate shows with his technology. So yeah, maybe he's like, there's really no threat. It's all, well, maybe there is an actual threat, but he's creating it all so that he can come in and save the day. And
he looks like the hero, but really
people
he's just
applaud
making
him.
This stuff up. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
That's a good idea. I think
I'm
that
a
might
thinker.
be what they're doing.
I'm a thinker.
And then, that would be such a sad villain, though, you know. And then Peter's gonna like have to beat him up and be like, Quentin, you don't gotta do this to get people to like you.
But that will help like make such a great villain, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's why Mysterio's a fan favorite, because like you were saying, how you explained this character, like he is this kind of dorky guy, but he's also like a really intelligent man that can create these illusions to make himself look better than he actually is. And to have that as a villain, especially with what Marvel's doing with changing the game on how they portray their villains.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, that's my theory, man. I think that's what we're going to be having. But that being said, I don't know. I still don't know what the biggest threat of this is going to be. Because I feel like it's a bait and switch with Mysterio.
Maybe. Part of me also kind of, I hope it's not, though. Because like this is the first Marvel movie to come after Endgame. Yeah. And Endgame's already like, the stakes could not possibly be higher. So part of me kind of hopes that it's just kind of like how Homecoming was a smaller scale story, you know? And
there's still,
for the most part,
it still feels there's elements of that. But anyway, continue.
I'm kind of hoping that this one is just content with having just kind of an insecure, dorky Quentin Beck Mysterio, just kind of getting out of hand in an effort to make people like him.
Right.
And then Spider-Man stops him and learns something about himself in the process. I am interested to see how big of a role Nick Fury has, though.
I like that it seems like he's going to be taking on the Tony Stark mentor role, and it makes sense that since Peter Parker is in another country, that they'll want to use him for like an espionage mission.
Yeah.
That Shield and Nick Fury.
I mean, that stealth suit looked so cool, though.
It looks great.
All of Spider-Man's new suits, they're so cool. I love Spider-Man.
They've looked really good. I've been really enjoying like seeing how they come up with the costume designs on them. Speaking of costume designs, I know we're talking a lot about Mysterio, but holy crap, his costume is so perfect. Yeah. The fishbowl.
The fishbowl was there. I was so happy. You couldn't see through it. Oh, that made me the happiest. Yes. I was like, because in all of these movies, you can't hide Jake Gyllenhaal's face for the most part. Like,
I mean, there's just no
it's Jake
way.
Gyllenhaal. You gotta see him,
right?
But in action, like when he's flying around fighting Hydro Man,
it has like the smoke in the helmet. So
I was like, oh, this just looks so good. I'm so glad superhero movies, for the most part, have finally gotten over that notion that like, oh, we can't make them look like the comic books. Those are dorky.
Cheesy. Yeah,
it's like
they don't have to be black latex.
It's like, that's what we love. You don't have to try and make them a weird kind of military cool version, like Green Goblin and the first Spider-Man, who it's still cool. I still like him, but he looks kind of even more ridiculous than what the original Green Goblin looks like.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I know I'm always kind of not hating on, but underwhelmed by Marvel
You're a
trailers.
hater. No, I'm kidding.
And I completely admit that it's because it's Spider-Man, but this is one of my favorite Marvel trailers in quite some time.
Yeah, I've really dug this trailer. Overall, I think it matches up with the tone that we got in the first one, and I like that we're going to continue with that tone.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really excited to see Peter Parker be Peter Parker again. Like especially after Infinity War and what we're probably going to see in Endgame. Like I'm ready for another Peter Parker centric story with him interacting with other high schoolers and adjusting
that budding
to,
romance with MJ.
Up. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like MJ a lot more in this one than I did in the last one. I mean,
she just wasn't in it enough.
Good, but it's not what I've grown to know as Mary Jane, and I think that's just something I'm gonna have to get used to.
Yeah, same with everybody.
Yeah, but I feel like this one could change my mind even more.
I don't know if Peter and MJ's romance could be as beautiful as Happy Hogan and Aunt May's, though.
You said you wanted to ship it, and I don't blame you.
Oh man, I didn't know I needed that. I mean, that was so funny.
But
they deserve each other.
It makes me wonder about the Aunt May and who Uncle Ben looked like. Like what was the version of Uncle Ben that? Was it like a Happy Hogan similar type thing?
She just sees what's on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, which is great, awesome. I just don't know if it's like a Happy Hogan type or if it's like this chiseled John Cena type. And
yeah, I did the whole chiseled Greek god thing.
Yeah, Uncle Ben is awesome.
I want something a little
Happy
cuddlier. Oh, Happy Hogan. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, one thing that I am wondering though is, are they going to push like a dilemma between Peter and May now that she knows like he's Spider-Man, or is she just going to
because this trailer just kind of, that's what I meant kind of by the time jump, because obviously the first one ends right when she finds out.
Yeah,
she's like, oh my god, what? And then this one, the trailer starts up and she's like, you did so good. You know, talking
she's like,
to him
I'm
after
happy you're Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
I'm so proud of you.
I'm kind of fine with it, but I wouldn't mind a little bit of
like, he's still like basically your son. Like,
yeah,
you can't be this okay with it. You gotta fear for his life.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, you nearly dropped the F-bomb of a PG-13 movie. Like, that's pretty serious.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see. You know, there's only so many scenes you can show in a trailer.
I mean, that's true too. But just based on that one scene in particular in the teaser, like, it makes me wonder if we're not gonna have that, because I feel like that could be really good stuff.
Yeah, just kind of gloss over and be like, yeah, she was angry for a long time, but now she's over it.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like we could still use a bit more of the type of relationship that those two have, as well as dive a little into Peter's origin story and talk a little bit more about Uncle Ben. You don't need to show like flashbacks of Uncle Ben.
Everybody knows the origin story,
right? We're over it. We're good, but at least like bring it up, because it is a huge part of what makes him Spider-Man.
I wonder if she'll have ever found out that he died and then came back.
Oh, I thought you meant Uncle Ben. I was like, I feel like that's a given.
Like, did you know that Peter died? Did you know he disintegrated in Iron Man's arms?
What if she also disintegrated and they have no idea anyway?
That's a good point. And Peter's just like, just don't say anything.
Yeah, that's weird too. Like,
never tell her that I died.
How do you go back to normal routine of civilization after half the world dies?
I don't know, but Peter seems to be doing okay for himself.
Everyone
after
seems
coming
to be
back.
Doing okay.
Yeah, because I guess Nick Fury disintegrated too.
And he came back and he's like, hey, back to S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff.
Just get right back to it. Thanos is beaten, but now there's a new thing.
Yeah, Thanos is beaten, but now we have this Sandman guy, this Hydro Man.
Oh man,
but
I don't know. More Spider-Man, the more the merrier.
Yeah, more the merrier for us, that's for sure. And overall, this trailer is pretty darn good, I think.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great job by Marvel and by Sony.
Yeah,
because they're still doing that deal. They're still working on it.
Oh, I'm just so excited for that Mysterio thing now. I don't want to get my hopes up too high in case that's not how it actually is, but I think you're onto something.
I feel like I am. I'm a pretty smart guy. So guys, that wraps up our podcast for the day. If you want to see the trailer to Spider-Man, or if you want to see more about who won at the Critic's Choice, or more about the Christopher McQuarrie deal with Paramount, go on to silverscreeninsider.com. All of that is there. There's also great stuff other than that we have, so please check it out and tell everyone that you know about this podcast, about the site. We would really appreciate it.
Call to action. No, seriously though.
All right then. Other than that though, we'll not see you guys, but we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah, hopefully Friday.
All right, bye. Have a good one.